Hello, thanks for joining us for some music madness on Encore on today's set list. She called her breakthrough album Born to Die, and Lana Del Rey can't stop talking about mortality. But critics claim she's laying on the melancholy a bit thick, and her latest album, Ultraviolence, delivers up more of the same. Plus, a melting pot of musical fusion that harks back to the African roots of Maghreb culture. We take a look at a rather different festival in Morocco. And musical storytelling at its most spectacular. We check out a new version of Verdi's operatic masterpiece, the Traviata, here in Paris. Our music critic Mariam Saab is here to go through all this with us, so let's get started. Hi Mariam, great to have you with us as always.
Hello Jay.
So we're going to start the show with some new releases. First up, despite Lana Del Rey saying she had nothing more to say after her hit record Born to Die, she's back with another called Ultraviolence. Clearly more to get off her chest then, Mariam.
Well, not more, Jade, actually less. This is a much more scaled back record than its predecessors. Now, there were high and low notes on the road to making this record. She was set to work with Lou Reed in New York, but when she touched down, sadly and tragically, he passed away. They never made it to the studio. It was then that she was led to the guitarist and vocalist from the Black Keys, who has played a big role in production on this record. Now, critical consensus is that vocally and lyrically, Ultraviolence does in fact deliver, but some are saying that Lana Del Rey has cast herself as the damsel in distress one too many times, that now she's coming across as a little bit caricaturish. But you know what, I think that this is precisely what she intended when she dramatically cut Lizzie Grant, her previous name and former persona, I guess we could say, out of the narrative. And
out of her face.
Well, yes, she's had an
cosmetic surgery.
Extreme makeover. But we are our own makers, that's what I think. So power to her, why not? Let's have a look at West Coast of Ultraviolence.
Right, Mariam, well, that's a taster of her third album, but her breakthrough album, of course, was called Born to Die, and it turns out that she's got a bit of a death wish.
In a controversial new interview, Lana Del Rey has actually said that she would like to join the 27 Club, made famous by Kurt Cobain and Amy Winehouse, who died at the age of 27. So a bit of doom and gloom there for Lana Del Rey.
Yeah, it does seem a bit of a melancholy, a bit overdramatic thing to say, doesn't it? Right, well, talking of reinventing oneself brings us nicely to our next new release of the week. Jennifer Lopez's 8th studio album is out, and it's called AKA. The pop culture icon is starting to rival hip-hop mogul and her former partner P. Diddy as the artist with the most nicknames. Isn't she, Mariam?
Well, yeah, I mean, we've had Jenny from the Block, J-Lo, La Lopez, Lola, Benifer.
Just to name a few.
Yeah.
All right, so what version of J-Lo are we seeing on this new album then?
Well, she may well have run out of alter egos, because it's a bit of every Jennifer we've come to know. As you're seeing there now, a bit of urban hip-hop dance and Latin music, a bit of twerking in that video there called Booty rolled into one. And we're also hearing a throwback to the formula that spawned some of her early noughties hits. More songs that promise us she's still the same hometown girl from the Bronx despite all the riches. Now, while AKA is a celebration of her roots, it does touch on some pretty personal experiences, like her recent, her divorce a few years back from salsa star Mark Anthony. Listen up for Iggy Azalea, French Montana, Pitbull, Rick Ross and T.I. on this record.
All right, definitely one to check out. I'm not sure if I can handle any more twerking though. All right, let's move on to something completely different now. The 17th edition of the Gnaoua Festival has been taking place in Essaouira in Morocco. Mariam, can you take us back to the origins of this kind of music that's inspired this festival?
Well, the ancient mystical rhythms of Gnaoua actually originated in North and West Africa, and it's almost impossible not to fall under the spell of its long chants and songs. Historically, the music was in fact used as part of healing and prayer, and instruments that are central to the sound are iron castanets called krakebs and a 3-stringed lute called a hajouj.
All right, well, let's find out more about this festival and musical style now. Josh Verdi and Jean-Marie Lemaire has this report.
The Moroccan coastal city of Essaouira escapes the scorching summer heat by way of the constant winds that blow across it and its large, cool and ancient walls. This is where the Gnaoua Festival attracts thousands of visitors every year, the meeting point for musicians from the world over. The festival is famous for its blend of international names and local talent.
This year, we're lucky. The general public and everyone is lucky to have a great master here, Didier.
Didier Lockwood, this great master jazz violinist, has played with all the modern greats from Herbie Hancock to Marcus Miller. Even so, bringing his talent to bear on different styles of music can sometimes be a challenge.
We realise the difficulty. We realise, for example, how easy they find it to play very complex rhythm patterns which seem difficult to us, but in fact they're quite natural because they're in the body, they're part dance. And we in Europe are rather stiff in our bodies. It's a new lesson in feeling and being organic.
Jazz makes us avoid copy and paste styles. Mixing jazz with Gnaoua music gives us a certain sound. Jazz has the ability to foray into traditional music, into areas which are a bit monophonic. Jazz has the tendency to open this music and give it a freedom of expression.
The mix of styles reaches a harmonious blend when jazz and Gnaoua meet at their common points.
Gnaoua is really a mother-like music, similar to jazz, meaning it's compatible with most other styles of world music.
Here at the Gnaoua Festival, Maghreb talent bumps into the big names of jazz. An exciting fusion for those who attend. This is world music that resonates far beyond Essaouira.
It's amazing. I come almost every year. It's really wonderful.
Mariam, it certainly looks like an interesting festival, and it's an insight into this musical genre.
A lot of spirit there.
Yeah, definitely. But it's not just about the music, this festival, is it?
Well, actually, this year it's the 3rd edition of a human rights forum that's taking place at the festival, and they've invited other nations from North Africa to come and discuss human rights issues and listen to some great music at the same time.
All right. Well, we're going to move on now to one of the world's most famous operas, and specifically one of the Métier's enduring leading ladies, La Traviata. A new version is on here in Paris at the Opera House, and it sees German opera singer Diana Damrau playing the lovesick title role. Olivia Salazar-Winspear has more.
She's one of opera's most poignant and compelling heroines. La Traviata, the courtesan who falls victim to tuberculosis and a fatal love affair.
Violetta, she really holds her heart out on a platter. Everyone can see how she's bleeding, how she suffers. We feel it all with her.
The tragedy has gripped audiences since its premiere in 1853, and the role itself has obsessed the sopranos who lined up to play her. Maria Callas, more recently Nathalie Dessay, and Mireille Delange.
To sing Verdi, especially La Traviata, there's nothing better. You can take off, you can fly with it. You feel like you're on the front of the Titanic.
It might be a dream role, but it's not an easy one, calling for the acting chops of a great leading lady and the vocal range of an operatic star. And it seems that Diana Damrau has just the talent for bel canto that makes La Traviata a pleasure to hear.
All right, well, we're just about out of time for today, but just before we go, we're going to talk about Crowd Out. Mariam, what is this?
Imagine 1,000 people shouting, whispering, fist pumping in the air, building to this great big catharsis led by one of the world's best choral conductors, Simon Hazley. It's the brainchild of Pulitzer Prize-winning American composer David Lang. Now, he was inspired by the excitement and anxiety of crowds at Arsenal's Highbury Stadium, and he wanted to recreate that. Now, this week's spectacular will head to the Spitalfields Summer Festival in London, on and around an iconic bandstand at the centre of Britain's first public housing scheme. Now, you can take part 2 if you like, if you're going to be in the area. They're still looking for their 1,000 voices. No experience necessary. You don't even need to be able to read music.
All right, it kind of looks to me a bit like the singing version of a flash mob dance. But okay, we're going to have to leave it there. We're going to leave you now with a sneak peek of the Birmingham Spectacular. Thanks, Mariam, for coming in, as always, and sharing your music knowledge with us. Thanks to you also for tuning in. If you want to replay, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and France24.com. Until then, thanks for your company.